Hi everyone, I'm My Summer Girl from over at My Summer Girl Books, and this is my 6th week of doing In My Mailbox. You might notice it's been a really long time since I've done an In My Mailbox post, and that's because the only books I show in here are the ones that I've bought myself or I get from the local library. And I don't often get books from the library, and I can't buy books right now because I'm saving up in order to get college textbooks in the fall. So if there's not a lot of IMMs for the rest of this year, it's usually because of that, and I apologize, but it's all I can do right now. So hopefully you guys understand, and now with that out of the way, we can get down to the books. The last time I did an IMM, I actually forgot to do one book, and that is River Marked by Patricia Briggs. And I don't know why I forgot to do this book because I really love this series. This is the latest Mercy Thompson book, and I believe it's the 6th book. The one before this is Silverborn, which ended pretty interestingly, if you remember. So I was really happy to get this, and I haven't read it yet, even though it's been like weeks since I've gotten it. But hopefully I will get to it soon because I really do love Mercy, and I missed her. And just look at this fantastic cover. I mean, that alone should make you want to read it. But all of the covers are fantastic because they're done by a man named Dan Dos Santos, and he is an awesome cover artist, and you should look him up if you've never seen his work. I actually did get something in my mailbox from an author, and it was a postcard from Sarah McLean, because I have signed up on her emailing and snail mailing list. So I got this cool little postcard for 11 Scandals to Start to Win a Duke's Heart, which is the 3rd book in the Love by Numbers series. And this one is about Juliana. The first 2 are about her older brothers, Ralston and Nicholas, and they're really good. I haven't read Nicholas's story yet, but I have read Ralston's, which is really, really good. I think I even did a review of it on the blog if you want to go look at that. So yeah, it's really cool. Got a picture of the cover, and then on the back, as I hide my address from all of you, has the setback, if you can see it, and some stuff about the book. So that's really cool. And actually, coincidentally, 11 Scandals comes out tomorrow. So for those of you who want to read it, it'll be out then, and you can grab your copy. Library books that I got that I haven't shown before were 3 Willows by Anne Brashers. And this is a series she started a little while ago, and I don't want to be too spoilery, but it's connected to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants because, spoiler alert, in the 4th and final book, or if you've seen the movies, you know that the pants get lost, and basically this is what happens when the pants are found by a new sisterhood of 3 new girls, which are Polly, Jo, and Amma. And I guess that the pants bond them together and do other amazing things that they've done in the past 4 books of the other series. So I am really happy and excited to read this because I did love the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and I just want to read it because it's summer, and you have to read Sisterhood in the summer, otherwise you miss like half of the effect of the books. I also have This Lullaby by Sarah Dessen. I'm a pretty good Sarah Dessen fan. I've only read like 1 or 2 other books by her. But this one is about a girl who has had a few boyfriends before, but she always ends the relationship before she can get hurt, or before she thinks they'll hurt her, from some issues that she's had before, I think with her father. But then she meets a guy named Dexter who she doesn't want to say goodbye to, and I guess they explore that and other themes in the book, and I'll be really happy to read this. Stardust is another one that you really excuse me, can pretty much only read in the summer because she's a summer girl book. Let's just say that. I did a joke about my own blog name that probably flew over a lot of people's heads, but oh well. The last one I got from the library is Leviathan by Scott Westerfeld, which has a very pretty and highly reflective cover. And this is a steampunk type romance book, not romance, but it has a love story in it. It's about a girl named, I want to say Darren. Yes, Darren. She wants to get on the ship Leviathan, but because she's a girl, she is not supposed to. So she disguises herself as a man and gets on the ship because she wants to be a mechanic or some other such thing. And she actually meets the prince of her empire, I guess. There's like a little map in here to show you different empires and where everything is, which is really cool. Kind of wish the book jacket wasn't covering that, but it's a library book. I can't really do anything about that. But yes, I love Scott Westerfeld. I've read all of his Ugly series, and I have his book Peeps, and I've read 2 of the Midnighters books, so I'm very familiar with his writing and very happy to have this and to read it. So yeah. And now books I've recently got or gotten, I don't even know what to say about that, is City of Falling Angels. City of Fallen Angels. I always get that mixed up with Fallen and Falling for some reason. But this is the 4th book in the Mortal Instruments series. It's kind of a funny story about this book. There's only supposed to be the first 3 books. It was supposed to be a trilogy. City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass. But I guess for some reason they decided to sign on for another book, which is good for all the readers of the series. And this is the latest installment. I do like Cassandra Clare's books. They are very good if you haven't read them. But I haven't read them in a long time, so I'll probably have to reread the other ones and then read this one. But I'm happy to do that because I love Clary and Jace and Luke and all of them, so I'll be happy to read this. Also, for those of you who haven't known, this month the Twilight Saga official illustrated guide came out, which has been set to come out for a very, very long time. I think at least 2, possibly 3 years. Really long time. And my friend Sam pre-ordered this for me like ages ago, and it finally came, and I'm very happy about that because now I get to finally read it. I mean, it's really kind of cool because it's got like all these, trying to find a good picture, got like all the profiles of the characters and little pictures of the people. Like this is how Edward Cullen is apparently supposed to look. Unfortunately, I'm not really that into the Twilight series anymore. I used to be, but I'm not anymore, let's just say that. But I was really happy to get this because it reminded me of how much I did like the series, and I am very happy to have it. And it's actually surprisingly heavy because all this is made like with photocopy paper. If you've ever felt how heavy that is, so it's a very hefty book, but very awesome, and I would suggest people get it. Probably when it goes on sale because I think it's pretty expensive right now, unless you buy it on Amazon. Also, I was actually really super excited to receive The Gathering in the mail. The Gathering is by Kelly Armstrong. This is her second teen series, the first one being The Darkest Powers, which is about 4 teens who either develop or find out that they have supernatural powers. And it's an awesome series. You should read it if you haven't. It's amazing. And this is the next series, which is sort of a companion series. It's called Darkness Rising, and it follows a new group of teens discovering their own powers, I guess. And I've actually heard gossip that the characters from the first book will actually make an appearance in this book, which makes me very happy, because I've missed Chloe and Derek and Simon. Not so much Tori, because she never really grew on me, but I miss everyone else, and I'll be really happy to read that. Finally, I got Carpe Corpus by Rachel Kane, which is the 6th Morganville Vampires book. And it's a really good series, and I really like it, but for some reason I've only read the first 4 books. I don't know why I stopped, but they were really good. It wasn't for lack of content or anything. I think it's just because the books took so long to come out. But the reason I got this book was because Goodreads held a contest for a bind-up of the 7th and 8th books in the series, which are Fade Out and Kiss of Death. They had an ARC you could win, and shock, I won it, which was really awesome. So I got the bind-up, and if you only have the first 5 books, then you kind of got to get the 6 in order to read the 7th and the 8th, in my mindset anyway. So yay, new book that I didn't have to pay for, which is awesome. This book actually comes out June 7th of this year, so I will reread all of the books and read the new ones and probably post a review at some point in the coming months. So yeah, that was all I got for this in my mailbox. What was in yours?